Those touched with a burning ambition to throw off your lowly born tag, they cry. I know where you go to, my lovely, when you're alone in your bed. Oh, and I know the thoughts that surround you, 'cause I can see inside your head. Ah, there we are. Hello, my lovelies, and a very warm welcome indeed to Tuesday Night Live. I am thrilled to bits, absolutely thrilled to bits to be here with you for the next hour or so. And as we say goodbye to Tuesday and we wave in Wednesday, don't we? Don't we, darlings? Hump day. Hump day. It's the middle of the week already. How has that happened? Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Cheers, darlings. Your very good health. I've bloody well earned this tonight. What a night. What? I should cocoa. I should rub it up. Oh, blimey. That is very welcome indeed. Very welcome indeed. Now then, lots of lovely comments I see. So shall we dive straight in? Or shall we dive straight into them? I've gone all Johnny Street Porter, and I don't know why. Sorry about that. Our first cab off the rank this evening is Jimmy Mighty Quinn, a very good friend of the channel, a very good friend indeed, and an all-around splendid chap. And he says, good evening, Boaty and all. And we'll say a jolly good evening to you, Jimmy. Justin George is with us. Peter P is here. Good evening, Boaty and the Honourable Pufflings. Oh, greetings, Honourable Community. Greetings indeed. The disinfected car girl is here, the lovely Emma, who says 8:10 p.m. and Emma is in the bath. Hang on, what, did you write that at 8:10? It doesn't start till 11. Bloody hell, you lot started early. Blimey. Lord Stiff Upper Lip is here. Yeah, I'm all right, Boaty. Oh, I'm Boston, mate. Stratosphere is here. The fantastic Peter P. Casbah. Those guys from SETI Alpha 5. Hello, all you lovely people. Matron is here saying good evening to everyone. Well, who's that in reply to? You've got three choices: violent exercise, cold showers, or find a bit. Who is that in reply to? Oh, God. That seems like a bit of a non sequitur. Yeah. When I was younger, Barry, says Jimmy Quinn, being an ex-doorman, always violent. I remember those days. I did the doors for a while. Good fun it was. You know, that was in the days before you weren't going to get shot or stabbed. Barry says, I always preferred finding a bit myself, although violent exercise is a good workout. Good evening, Boaty and all his bugs, says the lovely Tricia. And a very good evening to you. Oh dear, it's just water. Tricia's just on the water tonight. And Peter P says, well, even Boaty drinks water now and again. Yes, it is not unknown for me to drink water. I love water, actually. I really enjoy water. Andrew Buttigieg is here. Ivor Spotty Botty. A very good evening, Boaty, and everyone above and below. Neil is here as well. Hello all. How are we tonight? Gosh, it's a busy one tonight. Sophie is here. Hello, my lovely. Is Brucey going to skin up a joint tonight? No, you are excused, Bruce. That's a me and Emma thing. You're excused, Bruce, when it's me on my own. Have you applied? Oh God, matron's shouting. Have you have you applied? Any remonetisation news? All in capital letters. Yes and no. Quick answers to that. I looked to see if I could apply after the live stream last night because I wasn't sure whether it was the 27th UK time or the 27th then in wherever in America Google is based or the YouTube section of Google is based. And at 1 minute past, at whatever it was, midnight, the apply button wasn't active. So I couldn't do it then. And when I woke up, I couldn't do it then either. It still wasn't active. It became active just after 11 o'clock this morning. So I hit the old apply button then. And now we just have to wait and see and cross our fingers. Now they say within a month, they say to expect a decision within a month. I'm hoping that it's going to be a matter of a few days rather than a month, but it will be what it will be. I'm trying not to obsess over it, not entirely successfully, but yeah, the application is in. So yeah, we'll just wait and see. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be approved. You have to have 1,000 subscribers. I've got however many it is, 6,000 and something. You have to have 1,000 watch hours within the last 12 calendar months. I assume I've got 1,000 watch hours in the last calendar month. Do you know, I haven't actually checked this. I know I'm okay on the subs. 6,527. So I'm fine on that. Watch hours. It's 1,000 in the last 12 calendar months. Let's have a look. Watch hours. 365 days. Oh, yeah, just about okay. 45,240.4. So yeah, I think we're safe on the watch hours, darlings. Bloody hell, 45,000. Gosh. So, and the other thing, the thing that I was demonetized for, of course, was unoriginal content, reused content. Well, as soon as that happened, I just thought there's no point in waiting. So I just went through the channel and got rid of everything. So it was stuff like, there were some music videos. There were the two fat ladies, weren't there? There was two greedy Italians, all not monetized, and I had permission to post all of them. But there you are. I was reported. The bots found what they considered to be an unacceptable percentage or level of reused content. So there we go. Anyway, it's all gone now. So there's absolute, as far as I know, the channel is squeaky clean. I don't have any strikes, any community guideline strikes, nothing of that nature whatsoever. I've got plenty of watch hours, plenty of subscribers, no strikes. So everything should be absolutely fine. Everything on the channel now is my own content, my own work. There are in excess of 1,400 videos on the channel now. So whoever's reporting me and whatever they're reporting me for, I can't see any reason, touch wood, why I wouldn't be remonetized. But I suppose we'd better not count our chickens before they hatch. So that's where we are with that. No, I'm not yet, Neil. Peter P's hoping to see the colourful balls again soon. Me too, Peter P. God knows, me too. I am going to rename the channel membership tiers. They're going to be renamed Poppadom and Pickles for the super cheapy one. Then Chicken Sequa for the next one. Staff Curry for the next one. And then Momo and Chutney for the very top one. And I am going to shove in a load more members stuff this time. There'll be members only videos, members only live streams. I'm going to go down the same route as I did before. I'm going to properly reward the people who support the channel. But same thing as before, I hate the idea of anybody missing out on anything because they can't afford it. If you don't think it's worth it, fine. If you can't, if you don't want to justify bunging a quid a month or a little bit more, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind you missing out. But I know that there was at least one person who was unable to become a channel member because £1 a month was a deal breaker. And I've been in that situation myself as well. So I completely understand it. So when it all comes live again, if it all comes live again, touching wood, then I'll be saying the same thing as I said before. If you want to be a channel member, but you can't afford it, please just let me know privately, or publicly, but you might want to do it privately for your own dignity. And I will send you the money so that you can do it. I'm not willing for anybody to miss out on anything. At first, I said I didn't want to put anything behind a permanent paywall, but now I actually do, because I'm planning to put some videos out there that I only want my inner scrotum to see. I don't want them to be out there for everybody for various reasons. So I am going to be happy for stuff to be behind the paywall. But as I say, I won't accept anybody missing out on something that they don't want to miss out on because they happen to be really, really skint. So forewarning, I'll bang on about this. If any of you want to be a channel member, excuse me, once the memberships become available again, if you want to be and you can't afford it, just shout me and I'll sort it out for you. Or be around on the live streams. Make sure your settings are turned on to accept gifts. And one of the other lovely community members might well gift channel memberships. They certainly did quite regularly in the past, and you might cop for one of those. So there we are. That's about that. But yeah, I'm hoping to see the colourful balls again soon, and the emojis and all of that sort of good stuff. Guten Abend, says Simone of the very popular Hooked on Classics channel. And guten Abend to you, Simone. Wie geht es? Bad Books is here with us. That's lovely. Holly is here, the lovely Holly. We love Holly, don't we? Hello, my lovely. How are you today? Oh, Denise is here. Denise 7. Hi all. Hope you've had a wonderful day and bank holiday. That's very kind. We hope you have too. Emma says, good evening, properly. No longer in the bath. Now horizontal. Pretty grotty, but you lot will cheer me up, I'm sure. Or send me to sleep. Are you still feeling lousy, Emma? What's up? What's up with you? What is up with you? Hope you feel better soon. Holly's saying hello to everyone. Denise is saying hi to Matron. Sophie has got had good news today. Have a review, so hopefully can hang things up and it will look amazing. Oh, that sounds good. Alan Simpson is with us. Greeting, honourable host and chums. Oh, thank Christ, says Barry, and I presume that's in response to not being bruised up tonight. Simone says, a teenager walks into a record shop and asks if there was anything by the door, and got the reply, yes, a security guard, now feck off. Right, okay, so who's excited about Oasis then? Who's excited about Oasis? Who's planning to go? Who's not planning to go, but is just excited about it all? Do you think they've done it because they've refound their fraternal brotherly love for each other, or because they each fancy pocketing 50 million quid? Oh, I'm sure there will be some very cynical people out there. Cards on the table. I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. God knows what they'll sound like these days, and God knows who the band is going to be, because apparently there's not going to be any original band members there, are there? Although, to be fair, it's kind of all about the brothers, isn't it? Lead singer and songwriter. Jimmy Quinn, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, Jimmy's just bunged his subs by PayPal. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. I think that the band kind of improved, didn't it? Zach Starkey, Ringo Starr's son, was, in my opinion, a better drummer than the original guy. He was more like a jazz drummer, wasn't he? He was all hi-hat. He was more jazz than rock and roll. But I think it's good. The only thing I hope they have actually made it up. I wasn't into Oasis at the time when they were current, particularly. I was aware of them. I was too busy back then to be into anything. I was working my ass off and shagging my ass off, and partying and all of that sort of thing. But I've sort of got into them more latterly, and I've listened to an awful lot of podcasts and interviews and documentaries, including some fairly recent stuff where each of the brothers have talked about their feelings for each other, and even bringing in how their mum feels about it all. And it's a shame, isn't there, when there's a familial breakdown to that extent, where brothers who were previously close, albeit a bit squabbly and fighty, for there to be that kind of, for them to be estranged to that degree, it's a shame. I think it's a shame, and hopefully they've. And it's like I was listening to Liam talk in an interview last year, I think it was, and he was coming out with some stuff, and he was sort of saying, "Look, I've never seen Noel's kids. Noel's never seen my kids. My kids have never met their cousins, all of that sort of thing." And that's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame. And these guys, they're older than me now. Surely there comes a time. Life is short. You only get one go on this little spinning ball. And it's a bloody shame if you reach the age of 50 years and you can't let bygones be bygones and just say, oh, fuck it. A lot of shit happened back then. We've grown up, we've grown older, we've got families, and family is important, history is important. Fuck it. Let's just, let's get together and have a nice Sunday lunch at our parents' house, or let's get together in the, I don't know, in a let's get together in Weatherspoons with our kids for a burger on a Saturday, or let's get back on stage together and make £100 million between us, and bring a lot of joy to a lot of people. So yeah, I'm all in favour of it. Now, oh gosh, you're a big spider, aren't you? Hello. Hello, don't be scared. You're okay. Oh, he's frozen, bless him. You're okay, mate. Just chill out. I don't mind sharing my house with you. You're fine. Go on, move. Just go wherever you want to go. Don't be afraid. I promise you I'm not going to hurt you. He's just totally frozen. Just down there. Probably terrified, the poor sod. Look, I tell you what, I'll ignore you. If you don't see me looking at you, you'll think I'm not looking, and then you can scuttle off to safety. There you go. Just don't run at my trouser leg. There's a good chap. All right. He is a big fellow. Big, handsome lump as well. Where was I? Oh, Holly says, Boaty. Oh, a question. I do love a question, darlings. I really enjoy a question. Have you tried putting fresh mint and cucumber in bottled water? It's very nice and healthy, and I think helps weight loss. Not that you need to lose any weight. Oh, bless you, Holly. I definitely do. I very definitely do. In fact, it's on my list of. He's still frozen there, still not moving. You're okay. Just carry on. You've got as much right to be here as I have. Admittedly, you don't pay any rent, but that's not your fault. It's not your fault that God made you in a form that means that you're not able to pay rent. Look, I'll go over here, well away from you, and you can just go on about your business, can't you? Look, I'm not looking at you. No, he's still there. Maybe he just enjoys hanging out with me. Maybe he wants to be my best mate. That's okay. And if you want to co-host the live stream, jump up here. Go on, scuttle up this table leg here. I'd give you a little treat of something to eat, but I don't know what spiders like. Well, I think you like flies, don't you? But I can't help you out with that. Haven't got any in the fridge. Where did I get to? Oh, Holly was telling me I didn't need to lose weight. Bless her. Oh, bless you and your kind, nicely thoughted lies. I obviously do. God, when I turn sideways these days, I look like a capital D, don't I? With my massive big veranda over the pleasure gardens. It needs to go. I hate being fat. Well, I hate being that fat. Unless I'm in full training, I'm always going to be a little bit fat. I'm endomorphic. That's the way that God made me. And that doesn't mean I have to be fat. But I would have to work a lot harder than most people, both in terms of diet and exercise, in order not to be at least a little bit fat. But I don't enjoy being this fat. I mean, that's, nobody wants to look at that. Least of all me. I don't want to look at that when I'm in the bath. Dear, oh dear. Boaty says, Jimmy, I've been stabbed and shot at. Well, so have I, Jimmy, but neither happened when I was working on the door. I was stabbed at a Maclad's concert in a place called Goldwyn's in Birmingham. And the chap was very apologetic. He wasn't aiming for me. He was aiming for somebody else. And we all got jostled around a bit. And I've still got the scar just about there. And I was shot at. Well, I was shot at in my car showrooms, and unless they've replaced it, the last time I checked, the bullet hole was still there in the window where somebody took a pot shot at me. And I think that's the only time I've literally been shot at, although there was another occasion where I had a loaded gun put to my head and they pulled the trigger. Sorry, not pulled the trigger. They cocked the whatever it's called, their doings. They didn't pull the trigger. I wouldn't be here, obviously. But that makes you concentrate your mind when you have a loaded gun pointed at your temple, I can tell you. But yeah, never happened on the doors. I never had. And I should explain, I'm not some super big hard case, nothing like that. I'd have a go. I'd always have a go. Well, until quite recently, I would always have a go. But no, well, I worked on the doors for a weird reason. I became friendly with the guy who ran all the doors in the area, and he was desperate one night, and he said, "Jace, will you come and work? Will you come and work?" I said, oh, "Fucking hell." His name was Dicker, actually. Dicker, lovely guy. God, he was a unit. He was an absolute unit, and he was good. I saw him in action many times, and he was really, really good. And I said, Dicker, I don't know. He said, I've never worked a door. I don't know what to. He said, look, he said, you're a big lad. He said, you're a handsome lad. He said, just put your put your nice suit on, stand on the door, open the door, charm the ladies. He said, if anything kicks off, leave it to me and the boys. And he said, I'll pay you. I can't remember how much it was. X amount of quid a night, and everything that you can drink. And at that time, I was working at the car dealership, but it was in the very early days of working at the car dealership, when I was literally just a salesman and I wasn't earning all that much money. So I thought, well, yeah, okay, that's a bit of that's a bit of cash in hand, isn't it? That won't hurt. So I did it, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I was a much bigger lump then than I am now, because I wasn't that long out of training. So I probably looked a bit fearsome, and I'm 6'5" at the end of the day, and I didn't get any hassle. What I did get was a lot of women. God, if you want to get women, just work on a nightclub door and be reasonably tall and good looking. I mean, you literally cannot fail. So I kept on doing it for a while, and yeah, never had any problems at all. Well, I mean, be honest, I didn't really get that involved. It was all different back in those days. These days, oh, he's gone. He has gone. Oh, I'm glad about that. I didn't want him just standing there being frozen to the spot, frightened. These days, I see people on the doors and I think, well, how the hell are you going to handle a situation? But as I understand it, I don't know all of the ins and outs. As I understand it, it's all different now. They're all trained and certified, and they have to behave in certain ways. In my day, it was all different. You just got stuck in and had a scrap and threw the bastards out. But yeah, I never had a problem. Dicker and the boys were pretty unbelievable, but nobody ever directly, to my memory, I don't think anybody directly even had a pop at me. I got a bit of mouth and trousers, but I've got a way with words. I could either, depending on how I assess them, I could either make them laugh and make them chill out, or I could intimidate them by my mouth writing checks that the rest of me possibly wouldn't be able to cash. Although Dicker and the boys certainly would. But yeah, I had a great time. I worked on the doors of if you know Redditch, I worked on the doors of the Oast House and Rackets and what was it called? Oh God, the one in town. Rackets was the one on Moonsmoke. Top. Oh, what was the one in town called? Was it Top Cats? I can't remember. But yeah, all around Redditch. And like I said, I just had a really good time. Got a lot of ladies, darlings. Oh yes. It's probably difficult for you to imagine, isn't it? I mean, you look at this fat, toothless old poverty-stricken, sad bastard living in his damp cottage, alone and lonely in the middle of nowhere. And you probably think I've never had a woman in my bloody life. But honestly, I used to be good. You wouldn't believe it now. But honestly, I used to be pretty good looking. Use your imaginations, darlings. It was a long time ago. Oasis have reformed, says Barry. Yeah, it's been kind of big news last night and today. Andrew needs a little time to wake up. Need a little time to wake up. Need a little time to wake up. Sally can wait though, Andrew, says Matron. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's going to be an Oasis pun off, isn't it? Go on, get them all out. Are they reforming? Definitely, maybe. You're going to have to reenact those videos that you can't post the originals of instead. That would get views. Alan Simpson, what a brilliant idea. What a brilliant idea. Me and Mustard could reenact the two fat ladies. How funny would that be? How funny would that be if me and Mustard did the two fat ladies? that oh God, I'd love to do that. Alan, that is a genius idea. I bet Mustard would be up for it as well. Ah, that's what we could do on Mondays while we've still got the caravan. Or outside. We could reenact two fat ladies episodes. Which one would I be? Oh, I'd be Jennifer, wouldn't I? I'd be Jennifer because she was a chain smoker and a current alcoholic. Whereas Clarissa was a reformed alcoholic. What a brilliant idea. Whoever's reporting you are evil people, says Holly. And that would, Alan, says Matron. Holly, I agree with you, by the way. Yeah, pure evil. Emma says, Tracy and I can act out all the two fat ladies stuff. Now, get in the queue. Me and Mustard. We could have a go at a few. We could be the two fat ladies. We could be the two greedy Italians. We could be the two hairy bikers. We could be little and large. We could be the two Ronnies. The two Ronnies did the two fat ladies. Hello, and it's wonderful to be with you again, isn't it, Ronnie? No, it's a bleeding pain in the arse, quite frankly, because he writes most of the scripts and makes sure he gets all the funny bits. Throughout the show, I shall frequently be crying spectacles, by which it means testicles, wobblers. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Base level should be Nepalese chips, says Peter P. I put poppadoms on the same level as Nepalese chips, to be honest. But no, the fries are expensive in our restaurant. Bloody expensive considering they're the same as McDonald's. We charge 5 times as much and don't cook them as well. No, so poppadoms at a base level because they're the cheapest thing that's on the menu. Well, he already thinks. Oh, Matron, that's not fair. Well, he already thinks we're them anyway. No, that's not fair. Simone saying hello to everyone. 2 ample ladies, says Andrew. When I check my subscription, says Neil, it says my Boaty's World sub was cancelled. But I know for a fact I left it running. Oh dear, that doesn't sound too good, does it? Well, obviously, I suppose that makes sense because YouTube don't know if the channel's ever going to be remonetized. So I guess we start again from scratch, darlings. I guess if I'm remonetized, I'm going to start again with 0 channel members. That's a shame, isn't it? What an incentive to lose weight, says Hemmer. Having said, I know, Tracy, how lovely. Jimmy Quinn says, I'm only paying for the cheap one. I pay the rest with PayPal. You do, Jimmy, and I'm really grateful for it. Yeah, Jimmy, to explain. Right, for those who don't know, God, are we going to go through this again? For those who don't know, YouTube take a massive percentage of any of the fan funding, as they call it. So Jimmy decided, which is a lovely thing to do, that he would take the cheapest channel membership. He used to have the most expensive one, but he decided he'd take the cheapest, but then send the difference between the cheapest and the most expensive directly via PayPal, so that I get all of it, rather than doing it via YouTube, which means I only get 38% of it. So, that's a really lovely and thoughtful thing, because he's getting all of the things of being a channel member, and the visibly supporting the channel, which encourages others, which is lovely. But then he's also doing the bigger portion of it directly, so that I get 100% of it instead of just 38% of it. And I really appreciate that. There's a few of you guys who do that, and that really is thoughtful. I do really appreciate it. That's a good plan, Jimmy, says Peter P. I think Boaty and Mustard, says Alan, would be a good Terence and Philip from South Park. God, Terence and Philip. What's it all about? Shut your face, uncle. You're the one who... Yeah. Oh, dear. Apparently, according to Jennifer, says Andrew, an old cock makes good eating. I had that on a short. It's George's birthday today, says Simone. Well, happy birthday from all of us. Matron says, although a jolly to oop north has made me drop almost a stone. Who knew that Northern Air, trademark, has weight loss properties? Well, who knew indeed? Emma says, I guess I'll have to pay for top tier membership if I want to continue staying at Windy Bum and eating Boaty's community breakfasts. Well, yeah, there is that. I'm really going to go to town on it this time, darlings. Honestly, if the channel monetization thing comes back, I'm really, really, really going to go to town. And it's not all just going to be blather in the wind either. I'm going to carry through on all of it. I'm going to come up with some amazing ideas. I might even introduce a new top tier. It'll have to be quite expensive. And every month I pick a name out of the hat and just go and visit them and take them Momo or something, or I don't know. I'm going to come up with some mad things. You have to be a bit careful about it, because there are certain things YouTube won't allow you to overtly offer. You're not allowed to offer, to meet people, that sort of thing. Good idea, Jimmy, says Trisha. I think we will do the same. Holly says, Boaty, I can't become a channel member as I won't give people my bank details after what they did that time. Took more and other money without my consent. Will you do some live streams for free? Yeah, of course. They'll all be, or, there'll only be the odd one that I do for members only. And and anyway, Holly, if it's a problem, I'll send you 99p. I can do that. I wouldn't want you missing out. Or you might get gifted one by somebody. You never know. Very sensible, Jimmy, says Bad Books. David Fisher says, I would check your Bruce song is not copyright to be safe. David, already checked. It's not. It's fine. It wouldn't be on there if it was copyright. And the copyright thing, by the way, for those who don't know, it's not a massive issue. It's not a massive issue. You can put copyright stuff up there if you want to, or a lot of it, or most of it. If you get there are two different copyright actions on YouTube. I've had both of them, although one was by accident. So let's say you put a certain song on there or something, right? And you put your video in for checking before you publish it. And it says, right, copyright material. And it'll say something like the copyright owner allows the material to be used or allows the content to be used, but, and there'll be one of two things. It'll be either, but they, you can't monetize it. They get all the money for that video, or they do a share thing where you share the revenue from that video with the copyright owner, and that's the more usual thing, because if you put a song on your video and that video earns money, the copyright owner is always going to allow you to do it. They just want the money for it, obviously. And there are times when I've done that. I remember that I've got a daily diary out there where I actually play Vanessa Paradis' Je Le Taxi, because I wanted to explain to you what the song actually meant, that it wasn't just a crappy, bouncy French pop song, that the song had genuine meaning behind it and the lyrics were genius. And I couldn't really do that without playing you the song. So I played the song, it's on the video, and it just means that I didn't earn any money from that video. All the money earned from that video went to the copyright owner of the song Je Le Taxi. But sometimes there will be videos that you do where you're willing to do that. The dodgy copyright thing, and oh yeah, and there's no effect on your channel if you do that, if you play copyright stuff, but with the permission of the copyright owner. The only dodgy thing that happened, it did happen to me by mistake, I didn't mean to do it, is when you put up somebody else's material and they haven't explicitly given you permission. And I did fall foul of that. It was when I put up, my dad's best friend, Bristol Bryan, and I found a program which I really wanted to put up because it featured the car that I was taken home from hospital in when I was born, and it featured my dad's friends, Doc Rich, Brian, my friends as well, of course. And so I put that up. I didn't monetize it, didn't think anything. I just put it up there, and I got a takedown notice. The owners of the content issued a takedown on it, and I did get a strike for that. The only one I've ever had. And if you get a strike, it stays on your account for 90 days, and then it just disappears. You have to go to school, go on a little course teaching you about how it's not okay to nick other people's content, or it's not always okay. But then after 90 days, it just drops off. The rules are, if you get 3 active strikes on your channel, then you're toast, you're finished, you're gone. But I only ever had that one. After 90 days, it disappeared. Obviously, I wouldn't do it again. My mistake. Oasis, reforming, are they? Say, Simone. Yeah, they're reforming for a series of concerts in 2025, next year, which will almost certainly break every record that has ever been set. I think it's starting in Cardiff, and they're doing Cardiff and Manchester and Wembley, obviously. God, Simone, where have you been today? It's been on all over everything. I don't really know what's up with me, says Emma. Just under the weather, I think. Knackered, headachy, queasy, fed up, anxious. Don't know what's going on, but it will pass, I'm sure. It usually does. Well, I hope so. I do hope so. Boaty just paid September's subs, mate, says Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. I did say thank you, but I'll say thank you again. Barry says they've done it because Noel's ex took him to the cleaners, but I'll listen. Oh, okay. Oh, Bad Book says it's my birthday today, and Boaty will catch me up in January. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday indeed. Oh, I hope you're having a fabulous day. So, right, so you're the same age as me. Well, you're a year older than me now, aren't you? But yeah, but I'll catch you up in January. God, I'm going to be really old in January. I never expected to get this old. It's a very weird feeling. Who knew? Who knew, darlings, that we would end up being the same age as old people? Never really got into Oasis, says Alan Simpson. Was always more of a fan of Blur or Pulp. Well, I wasn't really aware of them, but like I say, I was really busy at the time. But I would never have been into Blur or Pulp. I would always have been an Oasis boy. I mean, you know, I'm really into it now, and you got to say it's good music. And I love hearing Noel talking about his songwriting, and I love the fact that he's so open about his about I've forgotten the word, but what's the word? All I can think of is motivations. But obviously, you know, they were accused of being derivative in some way, being derivative of the Beatles or of this or of that. But as Noel says, look, there's nothing new out there. There's nothing new on the planet. There's only a finite number of notes available. And somebody somewhere will have put them together in the same way. I just think Oasis knocked out a bloody good rock and roll tune. And I love the fact that they properly lived the rock and roll life as well. Obviously, I was on the music scene a little bit. I was a singist. And I can well imagine that if I'd have ever got to the height that they did, I would probably have behaved similarly. You know, when I was also young and slightly stupid. I mean, God knows. Even at the level we were when we were doing the big corporate gigs, we kind of thought that no normal rules applied to us. And yeah, in our own way, we did live that. I was talking about it the other night, wasn't I? When I was talking about that night at the university gig that I thought I'd made a mistake in taking when we broke our own record for the number of Budweisers drunk in one night. And it's you know, it's just quite if you've never done it, then I guess it's difficult to explain, but it's a combination of loads of things. It's the idea that rules don't apply, that you eat your dinner at 6 o'clock in the morning when the sun is coming up, that you sleep whenever you sleep, that you drink excessively. I've never done drugs, but I can understand that I can understand why other people do. But it's all based around the idea that you entertain, you bring pleasure to people, and that is honestly, if you've never, obviously, I've got no idea what it's like to be Oasis and to be doing that Main Road gig or whatever the other big ones were, and you've got like 100,000 people screaming and singing, and you know, I can't imagine what that's like. Obviously, I'm sure none of us can. You see it, but you can't know what it would be like to be there and to be on that stage. But I've done some big-ish ones. I mean, I did the NEC, one of the small halls, admittedly, but I did do the NEC, and on a nightly basis, I had audiences who would be, singing and dancing and screaming and crying sometimes, and cheering and all of that. And it's a very weird thing. It's incredibly addictive, and it does just lead you into this weird world where normal rules just don't apply. You might not be an arrogant ass, but when your daily life is people demonstrating to you that you're something important, then you do kind of get sucked along with it. And the other thing is, it's bloody exhausting. It really is exhausting, and so I can kind of get my head around it a little bit. It's the two things. It looks so. I mean, obviously, if you're really big like that, and you've got all your roadies and whatnot, then at the end of the gig, then you get transported to your luxury hotel, and you open the champagne. With us, you had all of you're up on stage, and God, people asking you for your autograph. That's the first time I got asked for my autograph. That was really, really weird. I thought they were taking the piss, and of course they weren't. And you start hearing yourself on radio, and seeing your face on the telly and all of that sort of nonsense. So you get that real high, and then you get the weird thing where at the end of the show, everybody goes home, and you've got to break down all of your sound and light gear, and you've got to drive. It could be a 5-hour drive home in a series of 3.5-ton LDV vans, which as soon as you hit a slope on the motorway, you have to change down to fourth, and you're doing 50 mile an hour maximum. And then you get home 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and you think, what do? You're still on a bit of a high. So you don't just want to go to sleep, and you're probably hungry, and you're still on that bit of a high, and you're still having fun with your bandmates or your chums or your colleagues or whatever. So you end up drinking a bottle of vodka and eating curry on the lawn as the sun comes up. And that was my daily life, and it all becomes a bit weird and a bit surreal. And that was just at the level that I was at. So imagine if you're Oasis, it's little wonder that all of the people who really make it, your Elvises, your Beatles, your Oasis, no wonder they all go off the bloody rails. It's a mad, mad life, but it's wonderful. It's intoxicating, literally, on occasions. Well, all the time. I wouldn't change it. Those were some of the most bizarre, but also some of the happiest times of my life. But the thing I remember most of all about it all was just being up there on stage, making that amazing noise that made people happy or emotional or whatever. And that's kind of what it's all about. It's an amazing feeling to be able to stand on stage and sing and see the effect that it has on people and the effect that it has on you. And I think I've told you this before, but I don't think I've talked about this for a while. there were certain songs that I never sang to the audience. A lot of the songs were for the audience, of course they were. It was a performance. There were certain songs that were only ever for me, and you could always tell if you watched me because a lot of the songs I would have, I'd have a radio mic. I'd be all over the stage, or I'd be out in the audience, or whatever, giving it plenty. There are a couple of songs that I only ever sang with the mic in the mic stand, and the most important thing, and if you ever saw any of the videos, my eyes were always closed. There were certain songs that I sang throughout with my eyes closed because it wasn't about the audience. Those songs were about me and they were for me and they were all about my connection with the lyrics as I understood them. They weren't my lyrics, but I connected with the lyrics in a massive way. And I loved the fact that I was able to emote the lyrics in the way that I felt that they should be. And those were moments that were just for me. And I remember that so vividly that I would just be there. And my only connection, my only physical connection with the gig that I was doing were my hands on the mic or on the mic stand. My eyes would be closed and I'd do the song, and then it was a weird thing. It was like waking up from a dream because the eyes would open and you'd suddenly remember where you were, and there were hundreds or thousands of people there, normally hundreds, if I'm honest. They're watching you, and you'd have to try and reconnect with that moment. But in most shows, I had a private moment like that, and it was always certain songs. Yeah. Simone has got a video out, members only, don't you know? Who get you with your members only videos? Happy birthday to Bad Book, says Andrew, and quite a few other people. Everybody saying happy birthday. And again, a very happy birthday indeed from me. I liked some of Oasis, says Tracy P. Hello, Tracy. But Pulp was better, each to their own. Blur for me, says Andrew. Didn't mind Oasis, though. Jimmy says, I haven't spoken to my two brothers for 10 years. They're a pair of cocks. Oh, dear. Boaty's falling in love with a spider, says Neil. God, time's marching on, isn't it? Holly says, Boaty, if I meet you, I'd do a cash donation. I'm not tight. PayPal also tracks donations. Someone donated to a Christian charity once and PayPal shut their account. It's disgraceful. Oh, dear. I like Noel, but I'm not keen on Liam, says Bad Books. But if the spider goes for the Momo, says Peter P, he'll fuck it up. Spiders kill flies, says Tracy P. That means rent paid. Oh, I hope he's okay now. He just froze there, didn't move. I felt really guilty. Simone say, Stratosphere say, Simone, thanks for your welding video. I enjoyed watching it and a good result. I would run a mile, says Sophie. For what reason? I love Noel, says Emma, in capital letters, so she really needs it. Really means it. I had a massive spider in my living room, says Simone. Georgia ignored the thing. Quite right, too. That's what you should do with spiders. Has anyone else noticed? Asked Neil. He hasn't offered him a bottle of wine. It's not Boaty's world, it's Spider's world, says Chaz Brown. Hi, Chaz. Hello to you. Holly says, Boaty, I make ice cubes with bottled water and add a leaf or two of fresh mint. as mint in a pack is a lot for one person, and I don't like wasting. I don't think I'd like minty water. I'm not all that fond of mint, to be honest. We make an incredible mint marinated chicken at work, and I never touch it. I don't know, anything with mint in just tastes like a polo mint to me. Boaty man, does whatever a spider can. I found a little dead lizard in my kitchen this morning, says Andrew. One of the cats must have caught it. Oh, God, when the cats bring home trophies. Our cats, when I was at the cabbage patch with Boo and Little Miss, um, oh, they were terrible. They brought a baby rabbit once. I've never felt so bad. Birds, rabbits, hundreds of mice. They take no prisoners, cats, do they? Gun pointing at your temple, says Bad Books. That was a hell of a warranty claim. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, that was not the happiest point of my life, if I'm honest. Oh God, I had a bad couple of months, my love. Uh, I hate spiders, says Holly. I hoover them up if it's not late at night. Ah, just leave them be. They're all right. They won't hurt you. How big is the spider, Boaty? Asked Sophie. It was about like that. It was a big one, big handsome fellow. Emma says, I shared my bed at Windybum with a very long-legged creature, and it wasn't Boaty. It was a massive crane fly. Yeah, well, I mean, it was probably there before you. It's probably telling that crane fly is probably doing a live stream now, telling other crane flies that it had to share its bedroom with a disinterested car girl. I think Boaty needs to pop the spider on the table so we can say hello. I didn't want to traumatize him. Some creatures, if you try and handle them, they can actually die of fright, can't they? I only like rosé wine, though, says Sophie. Like some customers tonight. I sold a couple of bottles of rosé tonight. Oh, Rob Hedgehog is with us. Good evening, all. Carl Burton, hello to you. You're still gorgeous, Boaty, says Emma, who is the most amazing thing for my ego. My ego has grown exponentially since Emma came along. My goodness me, it's my ego had disappeared, and now it's made a slight reappearance. Bless you. You're very kind. And I noticed it's gone midnight. We haven't talked about food or anything. I've got staff curry to eat and stuff to do, and I'm sure you have too. So let's play through these comments and bugger off, shall we? When I did the doors, you had to wear the tuxedo and bow tie, says Jimmy Quinn. Yeah, that was still the norm when I started doing them. You and Mustard doing the two fat ladies would be quality, says Alan. Boaty would have to be Jennifer, says Emma, because Mustard looks exactly like Clarissa. Oh, no, that has made me laugh. Carl says, I don't want to picture the two Ronnies doing the two fat ladies. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Holly's in pain today, so hasn't eaten much. Yeah, get some painkillers down you if that will help. 40 lovely, sexy people are watching, says Emma. Hit the like button if you want to see my boobs. Oh dear. Oh, oh dear. Oh God, here we go. Carl says, Emma, I've already done that. Hit the like button. Maybe you could describe them. And Emma replies, they're soft and buoyant and reasonably sizable, but in good condition for my grand old age. Tickling and cake are also top tier perks, says Peter P. Yes. Oh dear. Oh God, now people are talking about growing ganja. Yeah. Who does the tickling, Peter? Asks Emma. Does Mark on Motoring get roped in to do that? Yeah. If I was going to have an official channel tickler, it would definitely be the lovely Mark of Mark on Motoring. Oh, God. Oh, Mr. Parry is here. Mr. Stephen Parry from Port Sunlight in the Whittle. The Leisure Peninsula. Oh. Who's Lauren Hardy? I've heard of Laurel and Hardy. I've never heard of Lauren Hardy. But there we are. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Oh. I love the Jola taxi story, says Alan. When in Paris with a taxi, it would have been rude not to. I agree. The hair's good tonight, Boaty, says Matron. Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting so much shit about my hair from work, but yeah, I washed it and ruffled it and played about with it before I went to work tonight, and I think I quite like having longer hair. Yeah. Jimmy F500 says, good people on here have gifted the gifted memberships from the community before, and I've received one or two. Oh, and Holly is telling people to click on the profile picture, click the settings, cog symbol on top right, click notifications, switch on promotional content and offerings. Oh, Emma, this is an old one. Order Oasis soup. You got to roll with it. Yeah. I'm listening about Oasis all day and I don't care, says Jimmy at 500. Peter P says the Oasis thing was all over the news over here as well, and that's Finland, for those who didn't know. Oasis won't last, says Jimmy at 500, because them two will fight again. Well, you know, it'll last long enough for them to earn 100 million quid. That's got to be worth doing, hasn't it? Oh, and now we're talking about age. Tracy says, I'll be the same age. I'm a couple of weeks older. Doesn't bother me. Closer to retirement and a free bus pass. That's Tracy P. Matron, the other Tracy, says, I'm hurtling towards 53. Excuse me. Emma says, we aren't old, you know. If we all live into our 90s, we will be laughing at the fact we thought we were old now. And Matron agrees with that. Never grow up, never grow old. The day you stop playing is the day you start dying. Well done, Matron. Uh, oh, you're very kind, Emma. I'm going to be a member. Least we can do to support what Mr. B does for the community. And Carl just thinks it would be a waste on him. Well, each to their own. Each to their own. Ken Bemp asked, did I ever get Holly Johnson in a headlock? Is that aimed at me? No, I certainly never met Holly Johnson. He tried chatting my mate up once. True story. Oh, I believe it. No, I've got two stories about celebrities chatting my woman up. You all know who they are, but neither of them was Holly Johnson, who probably wouldn't have been interested in chatting any of my good ladies up, really. I'm just starting to whiz through the comments, darlings, because it is kind of time to go, isn't it? So say your good nights, darlings. Jimmy Quinn says, Boaty, I think you and Emma should get married. Yes, I left the crane fly there when I left, says Emma. It's probably still there now. Don't forget to like, says Jimmy. Oh, Emma broke Boaty, says Matron. It's been a while since he was broken, says Matron. Oh dear. Simone saying good night to everyone. And there we are. There we are. Right. Oh, it's been great fun tonight. Thank you so much, my lovelies. I've really enjoyed tonight. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining. Gosh, there are 39 of you still here. That's quite a lot of people by my standards, isn't it? In it. But I'm going to get off, my love. So I was up, again last night. I went to bed. I need the Sony radio alarm clock. Again, I went to bed last night, ate my supper, left a glass of wine, didn't take my iPad, woke up this morning, had no idea what time it was, and I got up too early. And that means that I'm knackered now. I was downstairs before 9 o'clock this morning, and I certainly didn't intend to be. So, yeah, and I've had a super busy night at the restaurant. I did make a daily diary video today, my lovelies. So I know that there haven't been much in the way of videos out lately, but that's going to be restarting very, very soon. And I did make one today. There is a little bit of a front parlour tour. I did pick up my beautiful piece of furniture, which I'm just leaning over to look at now, which I'm delighted with. But I need your help in how to dress it, how to exactly position it, and how to make it a beautiful part of the parlour. So, yeah, watch that video and please give me your thoughts. But on that note, I'm going to bugger off, leave you in peace, get something to eat, finish my bottle of wine, and fall unconscious, and try not to obsess over when the hell YouTube will process my... Anyway, no, not even going to talk about that. All right, darlings, have yourselves a safe and peaceful night. Thank you so much for your company tonight. As always, means the world to me. I've really enjoyed tonight. I hope you have too. And if you have, join me tomorrow, Wednesday Night Live, 11 o'clock, same time, same place. So have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day that you possibly can tomorrow. Take a little bit of joy anywhere and everywhere that you possibly can. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those that you love and those that love you. And much love from me. See you tomorrow. But you and indeed. Oh, yes. Bosh.